Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel for today's video. Today I want to talk to you about what the narcissist is feeling in your absence. So let's jump in. So when the narcissist met you, they were infatuated. They were excited about their meet with you. They couldn't believe what they had because they were holding in their hands, or they had at their fingertips, a true primary supply, which they've never dealt with probably before. Not a true one. There's not too many of us very empathic people that they meet. They just don't meet them very often. There's not many people out there like that. And when the narcissist comes into your life, they get used to having that type of 104, 105 jet fuel. Now, what they were dealing with before was like that 87 fuel, that regular fuel. When they get that high-end, high-octane fuel, they didn't know what to do with it. When you found them, they were most of the time in the dumps. They were probably down and out. They were playing the victim, and you walked right into it. Now, chances are this is probably not the first one that you've had, but a lot of times they get worse as you get further along in your life and you meet more of them. It's like new levels, new devils. And when you met this one, it was probably a lot worse in the pathology, a lot more of a devil, so to speak. And what happens is you probably smartened up and you got to a point to where you left them because you realized that they weren't not just good for you, but they were destructive. They were sabotaging you and destroying you, and at the same time siphoning all of your good-hearted fuel, all of your soul energy, and using it to destroy other targets, to nail down other forms of supply and flying monkeys. And they became very powerful around you since you've been in their life. But when you wake up to this, and chances are you woke up to this last narcissist if you're on my channel, and you had a difference of opinion. You finally started to assess this with your mind and not your heart, with your intellect instead of your heartfelt emotions controlling your mind. You had something that woke you up to the fact that you were being used and you were being emotionally hijacked. And you started to take back your power and your fuel, your energy, because God took the scales off your eyes so that you could see what's truly going on. And because of that, you started to step away, you started to learn and to wake up to what's really been going on in your life. Chances are you're the salt of the earth, and God doesn't send many pieces of salt to one individual for them to just beat up and to destroy and to throw out like a piece of trash. And when you decide to wake up and to walk away from them, that's when they start to feel the loss of you. It takes between 3 to 6 months for it to set in, and in a year, they know it's been detrimental, that you're not coming back. And chances are they are starting to collapse now. The narcissist can find many sources of supply, but they can't find many sources like you, like that true empath, that true primary source, the one that they probably heard about, but they never actually were introduced to until they met you. And what they found was they became very powerful by siphoning off your energy and flipping energy with you, so that their mask could be squeaky clean and go out there and to destroy others. They never experienced that type of power and that type of seduction that they were able to implement into their life so that they can use it for their devious actions. And people actually believed they're acting when they wore your fuel. So they were out there siphoning from you, flipping with you on a daily basis while you were pouring your heart out, your soul energy, just pouring out. You were just serving them up good fuel every day and not asking questions. But when you leave them, if you notice, they went from victimhood and a covert narcissist to an over-pompous narcissist that started to destroy you on a daily basis and think that everything they were doing and all of the power and control that they were receiving out and about, they were starting to become somewhat successful off your fuel. And they started to believe at some point in time that they did it themselves. And this is how evil works, and this is how evildoers operate. They always steal and destroy, and they think they did it by themselves. when the whole time you were starting to prop them up and you were the one that was falling apart in the background. You started to believe the lie. They got you off from center and they got you in confusion, manipulating and putting bad thoughts in your mind, breaking you down on a daily basis, belittling you, and making you feel like you were nothing. When in fact, you were the one that was supplying all of their success out there, that you were the center of their fuel matrix. And when you decide to wake up and you've had enough, y'all, you've had enough, and you start to realize who you are, and you start to shake the dust off from what you're dealing with. Usually when you wake up to this, you shake off the dust of many people in your life and you break many curses that's been upon your life for decades since birth. These individuals have been in your life manipulating you and your energy for their own benefit. When you stop and step away, when you realize who you are and you leave them, at some point in time, it starts to have an effect on them because they are so pompous and arrogant, because they are so prideful in their thinking. A lot of times will not come back to you if you know who they are, and you're not going to give them a chance anymore. So what they will do is they will seek for you and other people. And every time they get excited because they meet a new source of supply they think is got pieces of you, and then only to find that they don't. This will eventually cause not just narcissist injuries, but it will cause a collapse in them because they're not used to people. People just don't leave them. The seduction that they carry and the amount of unawoke people that never wake up is true, y'all. So for you to wake up, that chosen to break that generational curse is a big deal. And the person that you wake up, that narcissist that you wake up to it with and wake up and walk away from, is the one that will finally pay consequence for all of the negativity that they have done, crushing other people. You may be the culmination for the negative return, the negative harvest, finally getting their negative reaping for what belongs to them to come back to them. That comes back to them because you have left them and you're done with them and you're not giving your fuel. You cut that off. You shut the pipeline off to them. And now all of that they've been wearing, all of your energy, your power that they've been siphoning off you now is coming back to you. When you reject them, that's a narcissist injury. They have to recover from that. They may have many sources of supply, but they will never get another source like you. When you wake up and you leave them and you stay away from them, you go no contact, and you start to work on yourself, find ways to pay attention to yourself, love yourself, and grow who you are. They will start to feel the brunt of all the things that they have done, and you will be their negative reaping for all of the sources that they have gotten away with. It's like a carousel, y'all, and what goes around comes right back around, okay? And a lot of times they don't reap what they sow, but at some point when they do reap it, it's usually from a case of a primary source of supply leaving them, ditching them, and glowing up, and becoming this new individual that is completely and authentically genuine. You see things from a new perspective, a new angle, and you start to realize you are more than you've been told, more than what you thought. And when you walk away, you take your energy and your fuel with you, and that collapses their whole matrix. They have to go out and get supply to reach that amount of supply. They have to run all around town, not being able to get a wink of sleep, and they still aren't getting it like they were from just that one source, you. A lot of times what will happen is they will lose everything from every sector. They will lose finances, they will lose homes, cars, they will lose other relationships. People that have been in their life orchestrating things for them, they'll start to see through their spells as well because they won't be able to siphon that fuel off from you. And that boomerang is starting to come back, that negative harvest for the things they have done. You're the culmination for all their negative reaping. And what makes things so much worse is you're going to grow and you're going to advance from whoever you were before or at the time that they met you. Your life is just beginning. They're at the top when they meet you, and you grow them and you get them propped up. You can't prop up evil forever. But when you wake up, you're at the bottom level. You will find in your fruition that you're at the bottom level of who you will become. It's all a lateral uphill for you. You will far succeed anything that you've done previously because you've shaken the dust off of not only them, but other evildoers in your life, and you'll take the reins truly of your life for yourself. Your birthright is truly your own, and that you're not going to allow individuals to step on it, walk on it, or spit on it, and spiritually siphon from you anymore. You walk your own road. And if it's lonely, but you don't mind, you don't care, because you know what God needs to send you. Your provision will be there. It will be there in time of need, and you don't worry. You're not concerned. You're not jealous or envious. You're not dirty like they are. And as you grow and become this amazing individual that's authentic and true and healed, that hurts them, because all of their sources of supply have always been beat down to the ground and stay there. All their sources of supply in the past have not woken up. They've been able to cycle through them. And that's why they cycle through. They cycle through because your pieces that you have switched with them, your energy, that soul force, that life source energy that you've given them doesn't last forever. So they got to come back and reinstitute that witchcraft on you to siphon it off you again. And when you revoke them, refuse them, and continue to move on in your own abilities and live in your own life, you will see the fruits of your labor. You will heal, and just pay attention to the energy that you're putting off, because you don't want to walk in fear, and you want to shake off the fear, and you want to live in a spirit of love and joy and peace, and you want to walk in it. You want to love yourself adequately and give yourself time to process all of the emotions from the past so that you can heal from them, to grow, and to leave these individuals that have been coming to you trying to put your light out. Now you have the opportunity to walk in your true self. And the narcissist won't like that. They will stalk you, and they will look for you in other people. They may not miss you, but they miss the benefits that you brought to the table. And they don't get those benefits from other individuals, because there's not many other forms that are primary sources of supply. And the older they get, the farther and fewer between they become. As soon as you build them up, they think they did it, and they turn around and crush you. They'll become an overt narcissist with your fuel. You give them love, and they turn around and they beat you down with your own fuel. So when you cut them off and you continue and keep it moving, and you don't look back, the narcissist won't know what to do, and it will lead to a narcissistic collapse over time. Because they can't heal. They only think from their lower self. You were giving them love, admiration, adoration. You were giving them the opportunity to place fear in you, so they felt powerful from that. And all of the things they were doing to you were sidetracking you, but building them up. They never know what they have, and they only know when it's gone. And when it's gone and they can't get it back again, they will search for you and other people. They will turn other people into you as much as they can. They will defend you against other forms of supply, because you refuse to walk into the triangulation of their new sources of supply. And you already know whatever they're with, it's below whatever your source was, because they can't get anything better than that. If you were the true primary supply and you walked in that type of fruit, they're not going to get it again. They're always going to miss the benefits that you brought to the table. And maybe you were just an object, but they're not going to get this object again. And if it's supply and demand, well, they might demand it, but you ain't going to supply it. And whoever does get that supply in a natural, healthy union is going to love it back. And you're going to get that equal reciprocity now. And that's what you're going to go for, and that's it. The narcissist always overplays their hand, and they end up destroying themselves in the end. They get more evil as time progresses, and they get themselves in a lot of detrimental positions that only hurt them. They will get in situations where they will be risky, and they will have to run around for little bits of supply, and they will pull in teeth to get their needs met, to where when you were with them, you accommodated them. And that's one of the things that you did that was not good. It supplied them much fuel in your accommodation. A lot of people can't be with a narcissist, because the narcissist is so reactive to things that occur, and people say they will be quick and easy to rage out on them and to walk away. So it takes a certain individual for them to settle and feel comfortable with. When you make a narcissist comfortable, it's going to be all bad for you. And that's what you were doing. And that's what you woke up to, not making evil comfortable in your presence. That's the entitlement to supply all of their needs, to make them feel comfortable, and to do everything to put them first all the time, to be the center of your orbit, the center of your life. You put the narcissist at the center of your life, always thinking about them, always ruminating on them. They'll be ruminating on you before it's all over. And they will be looking for your source of supply for the rest of their life, never to find it again. They won't tell you that because in their pride, they probably won't even approach you, because the energy coming off you is going to be something that they crave. But they also know the power that protrudes with your walk and your talk, that they won't be able to abundantly receive it from you again, that every time they come to you, they will receive a narcissist injury, so they will stay away. And that's the best thing that you could ever hope for. So, glow up, grow, heal, and survive. Live well, be prudent, and you will find your match. The one that's on your level, vibrating on that higher plane and plateau, not the one that has the lower consciousness that sacrificed their true self for this false self and this mask, so they can live a fake for the rest of their life. Thank you for watching. If you can give me a like, subscription, and thumbs up. Love you all. Till next time. Peace. We out.